was always on the take because I had so little. My life took a lot of different turns because when I first went to become who I became, I thought I might meet somebody and with money and have a good life and maybe even marry, and which I did marry a few times. No, I'd go out and fuck a guy for $2,000 or $1,500. I wouldn't go for less.
How did you feel about yourself dealing with all of this, dealing with this world?
I feel great about it. I feel it was a con game and I was making big money, and who cared? It was a con. It was like money, money, money. It was just unbelievable, that part of my life. That was a very exciting part of my life because I was somebody. I was Abby Sinclair. The group that I was in were all like stars. I was with the upper echelon. Frankie, he promised me the world. He told me he would get me everything I ever wanted. He was in love with me. There were guns in the house. There were rifles. He had an arsenal downstairs. You have to also remember that Frankie was protected from the mob. He was one of them. Now, you also have to remember that were the people that were in this element weren't completely straight. I mean, there's the fallacy. They looked like gangsters, hitmen, soldiers that were perverted. There'd be a meeting in the living room with four or five of these people. I mean, these mafia kingpins or soldiers or whatever they were. He was that well connected. He was probably the most complex person I ever met in my life. When I did go on a job with him, because I did, sometimes he wanted me because to look good if a couple came. And there were certain occasions where I was useful that way. Cardinal Spellman had a lover for years. Now, Frankie became friendly. We became friendly with Cardinal Spellman's lover. Cardinal Spellman lived in St. Patrick's Cathedral on the Madison Avenue side. He had his housing there. Now, there was a rug. Frankie wanted that rug. That rug was probably about $500,000, that rug. It was a setup. So Cardinal Spellman's friend said, I want $150,000. I'll tell you when to come and get the rug out. At 5:30, the Cardinal and his people usually had dinner in a private dining room. Just went in. I was sitting in the car, one of the cars. Went in, rolled up the rug. We had access to the door. Daytime, Madison Avenue, like early 5:30, late afternoon. Rolled up the rug, nobody looked. Policeman took the rug, put it in the truck, and just left. Next day was in all the papers. The Cardinal of New York his rug was taken. That's a true story. When I was very young, 6, 7, 8, or 9, I wanted to be a girl. I used to dream about it. Why was I a boy? I wanted dolls instead of trains. It was always there. It was there from day one. Nobody ever put it in my head. I was born this way. And then when I was young and there was a way out for me to become who I am right now, I took that chance. I was the second sex change in history. I was number 2. in the world. I was number 2. I said, what did I have this operation for? Why did I become a woman to live in the shadows of this maniac? This was scary. And I couldn't leave because I'd be dead. I just couldn't leave. I stepped into quicksand. I stepped into a 10-year spell of my life that I couldn't get out of. I wanted to. 10 years of fear, never knowing that you're going to get up in the morning, never knowing what this lunatic was going to do to me, held a knife to my throat, a gun to my head. I always thought about escaping. Like, I had plenty of money, I had jewels. I said, Frankie, you know, I'm very tired, and let's just, you know, be friends. He said, you're never going to leave. He said, I'll kill you first. Can't leave. I knew too much. I knew too much. Selfishness is a sign of sanity. Take what you want, then walk away, because there's no such thing as love today. It's all lies.